Hey everyone, how are you? Well, I was hopeful that we might have been able to grab MC and we would be able to chat with you guys on Facebook, but it was not cooperating. So we are jumping on over here and saying a quick hello. And he is one of my best buddies. And so I absolutely wanted to chat with him. We have known each other for many years. And yeah, it is always a good time when we're together. So I am going to see if I can grab him. MC. Let's see. Let's do it. Let's wait for MCM QVC.
Hey,
There you are.
we got it.
We got it somehow.
We got it somehow.
I mean, we were over chatting away
We were.
get on Zoom and Facebook, but that didn't work.
They missed it.
They missed it. So we let everybody know on Facebook to come on over and join us on Instagram. So how are you, my friend?
How are you? Good.
I'm awesome.
Miss hanging out, miss seeing you in person. Always good to see you on the camera, but of course in person.
Yes.
No
We
realize we miss contact with people. Like, you and I
Mhm.
are huggies. Like we hug all the time, we kiss a lot.
Yes. Yes.
I realize it's been weeks and it's like I'm getting all like, Mary put it best. She goes, I want to get my paws on my peeps. She said when this is all over, and I was like, that's exactly it,
I'm going to say you're going through terror withdrawal. I mean, I know.
Well, I was being general, like for everybody, but yes, you're included.
I wasn't sure.
I miss hugging Ed and Lisa and Joe. I miss everybody.
The whole game.
And
the
you.
So a lot of times before shows, MC and I, we've like deemed these two chairs, and for that matter, when we're all there together, as our office. And we do the air quotes.
And we do the air quotes. We're the same person.
Same person. By the way, everyone's loving your beard, PS. And by the way,
Oh, thank you.
what did I tell you the
This
other
is my
day?
Corona beard.
What did I tell you the other day? It looks good.
It looks good. Thanks. I never grew it like this before, but it's just being lazy and then decided why not. So.
Aw, well, you look handsome.
Thank you.
So in our office, where we sit, and it's pretty funny because all the people usually passing by, whether it's other guests, whether it's workers, employees, they're always like, yeah, there they sit.
There.
Who are the Muppets that sit up?
Yeah, it's two grumpy old men, and it's Mordecai, I think, is one of them. No, seriously, they're all names like.
I was like Vladimir, and then I'm like, it's not Vladimir.
But Mordecai, I think, is one of them. I think.
No, someone will tell us because there's
someone out there. Tell us what the name of the two grumpy men from the Muppet Show.
That's sitting like.
I know it's a weird name. It's like
Stadler, Waldorf and Stadler.
Waldorf and Sadler.
See,
wow,
it still works.
Somewhere in there. It's
Every once in a while.
Deep.
Look at us together. So we always sit and we like catch up and joke around and we make each other laugh. Because a lot of times, laugh. A lot of times, what you don't realize is that even though we're only on for like 7 or 8 minutes, we're there sometimes 3, 4, 5 hours ahead because it's just how we line up. Yeah. So sometimes there's a lot of time to kill. Yep. And we get cheese popcorn and we'll get Fritos and yeah.
And then we say, we should have this. Should we not? Oh, we've been here for 10 hours. We treat ourselves. Go ahead. I'm going to get sick. I don't think I should have that much cheese. And then we do our commissary runs.
Yes. And then there's the conversation about whether we're going to get the kombucha.
Yeah.
What did you call it that day?
Oh, yeah. I forgot what I called it. And you laughed at me because I didn't know how to say kombucha.
Well, you called it like Cambodia or something.
Cambodia. I think I said Cambodia. I was like, that Cambodia drink you always get. You go, what?
It's called kombucha, and you're insane.
Not that familiar with it, but
Right.
I don't claim to be, worldly with that stuff. So
I have a burning question.
What?
What's the cocktail tonight?
So here's the little secret.
Look, everybody gets a sneak peek right now.
My husband and I actually formulated during the day. We actually haven't figured out today yet.
So I have a suggestion.
What?
A taratini.
Oh, okay.
In honor of our chat today.
Okay, what about an MC and Taratini?
That's fine.
Okay, that's fine. As long as you're
absolutely fine. So
it's so funny. Someone just asked me on Facebook and watching us on Instagram, how many times you practice this? And, it seems like you go through a lot. Are you drunk? I go, actually, it's the only drink we have of the day. And we don't practice it at all. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, we literally go, that's a good one. Let's try it. And then when we drink it, I'm telling you, it's the first time we're drinking it. So our reactions are genuine. We're like, oh, this one's a little strong. like we kick back sometimes. So sometimes we're surprised how smooth it is or whatever, because I don't want it to be practiced. I want it to be really real. So
yeah,
that's why my husband and I are just like, well, we're not really professional about this. We don't want to be. We're not trying to be, like some kind of, production mixologist. We're just trying to have fun and have some drinks. And we realize how fun and creative it is to just have like basics in the bar. And just, again, it's not about, I know people will say, oh, you drink too much. I'm like, well, it's just a little booze here and there.
Hour.
It's a cocktail hour. That's what we're getting through it all.
By the way, that's what we do well. We get together, we have champagne,
Yes.
we enjoy life for sure.
Do. Good
So,
food.
MC Taratini.
Yeah, okay, MC Taratini. Okay. I'll have to look. Okay, if not today, maybe tomorrow. We'll see.
Okay. I guess.
So what else? You were saying something else about us hanging out. Twins. I want to talk about this.
Okay, go ahead.
We make a comment to each other all the time that I don't think a lot of people realize, that we say we're twins separated at birth. Because you and I have the same brain sometimes. Like, I will say something and you just are saying it at the exact same time. Or I can finish your sentence. Or we both look at something and it's so obscure we both go, that's a red brick. And then we both are like, what? Like, so there's a crazy cosmic connection you and I have, and we call it twinsies. And it's our little thing. Every time we see it, we're like, twinsies. Like, now we just shrug it off. People don't realize that's probably 3/4 of the reason why we're best friends, is because we just get each other mentally. Like, the mood swing, or how something happens to each of us, we just know how to get it. And you're one of the people I go to first and foremost in everything in my life, because you get the way I think. So if I'm upset or I'm not understanding how to receive something, I go to you first, because you're so good at, you're good to me, but you're better because you actually know what I'm thinking and how I'm thinking it. And that's what makes it smart. So,
it's interesting, right? Because I think we process things the same way and we have the same sensitivities. So it's always interesting to have a different dynamic on a validation of, like, I totally get why you feel that way, but maybe try to look at it like this instead of like that.
Right.
And
that's what we want for ourselves, but we can't. Me. It's easier to do it.
Right.
So it's you doing it to me, but me doing it to you, kind of thing. Yeah. And we have to admit, we're both married to the same person as well.
True story. So
not physically.
Boozy Beamer saying everybody needs a go-to. That's awesome.
It's true. And she's my go-to. No joke. Like, seriously.
I actually read a really good thing about what makes good friends, and one of it was having similar philosophies, because to your point, you guys come at things from the same kind of angle. So we usually have to dial down our silliness and fun when we're at the studio, right? Because we gotta get stuff done. But outside of work, there is belly laughing. Like, this man made me laugh till I actually cry.
No, you with the comments. You have the driest delivery of things, that you just come out and say things, and they're the most random things that come out of nowhere. And it's I always take a pause and go, what did she just say? Why did she say? And then it all like click, 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 and then it comes, and I'm just starting to cry and laugh. Like, we've cried laughing. Like, cried laughing.
Yes.
So, and we've said this before. I think everybody knows that my husband and I discovered that you and your husband are probably the best travel partners we've ever had in the history of our lives. Like, we've traveled with a lot of people. We love a lot of people, and we have family, friends we love. But you two, you guys, for as high strung as you and I are, and how I say we're anal in some ways, we're controlling, we want things planned, but we travel very well together in simpatico. Like, relaxed, we let things go, we fly, take it on the fly, and then you throw some curveballs sometimes, like Iceland, once in a while. So, that I can't let you go for that. I just can't.
We're gonna go down into a ravine that's like, I don't know, miles and miles.
And long. I just turn and look at you going, what are we doing? And you just like this, I don't know.
So I am going to tell a funny story. So we go to Iceland. Okay. So it's Mark and MC and Ed and myself. and we don't know what to expect. And it's a quick trip, right? You really only go for 3 or 4 days. There's not a super ton to do, but it was like one of those super affordable trips. I don't know if you guys were seeing the crazy low fares and airfare, and we want to just go for a little bit. So trip of a lifetime, by the way, anytime. I mean, we could go sit in their bedroom, not their bedroom. Let me back. We could go sit in their living room and have a trip of a lifetime. That probably would have come up.
We have, actually.
Anyway, so we go to Iceland, and these guys are just like, so like, what should we do? And I'm like, I don't know. So we happened to like wind ourselves into a church, a local church in town, and they had some like things you have to do. And one of them was this like CNN top 10 things to do before you die. So I'm like, guys, yeah, this is the top 10 thing we have to do before we die. So they're like, yeah, great, whatever. It's legit. So I'm online trying to book it, call, get the whole thing.
3 of us are like, la, 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 la. Like, not even know what's going on.
Right. So there was that. And then there was another thing where they were like, okay, great. What are we going to do the next day? And I was like, oh, you can go see puffins and we can go like kind of whale watching. Okay. So great. So Tara's in charge. I'm doing the best I can. Okay. I'm doing the best I can.
On your own.
On my own. So the van pulls up, right? They come and pick you up from the hotel. You're piled in like sardines with everybody else. The van pulls you up and they're like, great. But everybody is in like major gear.
Not us.
In fairness, the brochure said, because I made these guys read it after they literally almost killed me. Mm-hmm. The brochure says sneakers, dress in layers.
Nothing specific about you should have certain pants on or any kind of rain gear on or any protective gear of wind, cold. None of that. But okay, right. Continue the story.
So we show up and it is like hardcore. Like backpacks for days, water bottle tubes coming out of everywhere, like camels.
Leave notes in case you never get found again, so your family knows that you're okay, you love them. Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah,
So we pull up and here's my supportive husband. What did you do? And I go, I don't know.
I'm turning white as a ghost. I'm like this. Where are we?
We're just going to go for a ravine.
It took us 50 minutes to get there, and we are in the middle of rocks and mountainscape, and I'm like this. What's going on? What's going on? And then we get out, and it's raining. And like, would you like a rain jacket? I go, what? What do you mean a rain jacket? Well, it's pretty much going to rain the whole time. And I'm in like a long sleeve T-shirt and I don't know, like some parachute pants, sweatpants. And I'm like this. Okay, we put it on, and we're walking for 3 miles on lava rock with the wind and the rain coming down, and we have to be single file. And I'm the whole time like this, what do we do? And we're going, and I don't see anything for miles, what it feels like. And we're going like, a little bit further, a little bit further, and we just keep going and going. And now you were like, I don't know what we got into. Like,
I'm freezing. I purposely didn't take the raincoat that was offered because I was like already being ridiculed that like I had planned this awful thing. And so I was like, nah, I don't need the raincoat. I don't need it. I'm fine. Freezing. Okay. Freezing. But not going to tell them.
You like this.
Are you okay? I'm fine. I'm totally fine. What? This is great. So we literally walk a mile and a half out. 2 miles. 2 miles. Okay. 2 miles out. 2 miles out. We get there. And then there's this really super windy hill with something at the top. And Ed goes, we're not going up there, are we? I go, oh, we're not.
And I said the same thing.
I said, we're going to base camp. And Ed's like, a base
camp? Like, and all of us said, base camp? Right. That means like legit.
I don't know if you've met me, but I don't do base camp.
Base camp.
I don't even know what's happening. So we're the first group. So we have to climb up that whole rickety mountain. None of this.
Back it up. First, they say take a rest inside the base camp for 5 minutes because you got to put your gear on.
Right.
Okay? You forgot about that part, okay? So now we have the wet raincoat that's the size of my tissue paper, and I'm freezing and wet with all my clothes. We got warm for all of 5 minutes, and I didn't have time to get a droplet off my body, and they're like, straps on, helmet, light.
He goes, why do we need a harness?
I was like, why do we need a hard hat? I'm sorry.
Hard hat and a harness. And there's
a harness.
Wait, Ed's just standing. You know, like how little kids, when you're going to like zip up their like snowsuit, they just put their arms out. Ed's just standing there. He's like, I don't know how to hook any of this. Like 8 people.
I was down there like this going.
Remember, you're like, tomorrow we work on belts.
Tomorrow we're gonna
like hook them up. Yeah. So
then we're all geared up, and now the stairs. Go ahead.
So we climb all up the stairs.
A lot of stairs, by the way. One railing along a mountain. But go ahead.
MC hates heights, so this
hates
is already
heights.
good.
Hates them.
Okay, now what happens?
So then we get to what is a black hole in a rock that we're standing over, and there is a stainless steel or whatever bridge. I'm going to say this was 6 feet long by 2 feet wide, a foot and a half wide.
Yeah.
And the guy goes, one at a time, and we're going to latch you on to cross this bridge. I go, okay. We get latched onto our harness on a wire. I don't know where that wire was. And we're crossing a bridge to what? To what? To get onto a floating grate that is no more than 10 feet long by 3 feet wide, hanging by a wire, and all that's below it is blackness and nothing. And
we have headlamps now. We have headlamps.
They're piling all of us on there. They probably with 20 people on that, you think? Or no, what, even 15?
Yeah. And remember, you had to sit like back to back.
Back to back, like this. And then they proceed to say, and then they proceed to say, it's a iPhone. No, they said it's a phone drop zone. Right. Don't take your phones and take a picture because you'll drop it and lose it forever. And I was like, I was too scared to get my hands out of my pockets. We are now in a black hole on a grate. And I mean a grate. Like you could see through it. And a tube around us, back to back. I have no idea where we are, where we're getting lowered. We're about to get lowered 3,000 feet.
Yeah, something like that.
3,000 feet in the dark with the helmet on and the harness. And I am nearly in tears. I am sweating in every orifice of my body, even though I'm soaking wet. And Tara is behind me, back to back, trying to be empathetic towards me because I'm losing my mind. But she's also giggling, so I'm feeling her back go up and down like this. But she's kind of freaking out too, but she's not going to show it. But she's laughing at my freaking out. And my husband and her husband are like, wow, this is going to be serious. Like, and we get lowered into a 3,000-foot hole in a extinct, apparently, volcano. And we're now the inside of the belly of a volcano. This is what Tara signed us up for, which was unbelievable.
CNN said top 10 things to do before you die. Like,
well, I almost died. So yeah, so to do something before you die, that's great. Awesome.
Well, we should post pictures of it because what it was is it's a volcano that man hasn't been down into. They just started tours, I want to say, like, and I'm gonna mess up all
7 years ago?
Stats. Yeah, 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Remember the man who was actually taking us down, I think it was his grandfather who was the first one to propel down
on a rope.
Not on a rope, not knowing
and a flashlight.
So we saw like stalactites, is that the right word? We saw it was so spectacular
and
when
we touched a piece of stone that was from 3000 BC or something.
Yeah, something crazy.
And we were allowed to touch it.
See? So
that's what I was saying when we were down there. And then I said to you, we still got to go back up. And when I looked up, the hole was like 3,000 feet. Just this little piece of light. By the way, you're in complete darkness. You're in a 3,000 foot bucket and a headlamp. And you look up, you go, we got to go back up there on the wire. Like, I swear to you, I lost 10 pounds, all the molecules in my brain, all my guts, everything was gone that whole day. Like, so and then we had to hike back in the rain over the miles back.
But we did get really good stew. So then they tell you, okay, so we were group 1. So we went first. Then we got to come into base camp and we got to eat this awesome stew. And they even had a vegetarian one for Ed. So what was it lamb?
No, yeah, I think it was a lamb. It was a lamb stew. It was traditional Icelandic and they make it all the time at home. And I think I ate 3 bowls. They said we get as much as we want. And I was like, oh, it was hot. It was warm. It was like comfort. I was safe. I was out of the hole. Like the gear was off me. I was just like, oh my God. I didn't even care about the hike back.
So while you're hungry, he goes, I got to prepare for the hike back. I don't know where we're going. I don't know what you
I don't know if I'm going to make it. It's like.
So there was that. And then we won't bore you with too many stories, but that was one of my absolute favorite stories. And I literally reached behind me.
You can laugh about it now.
I'm holding his hand and I am laughing because Ed is standing next to him going, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, of course.
That's making the thing jump a little bit.
Agonizing. Yep, correct. Yep.
Anyway.
And I remember you yelling at Ed too. You're like, Edward, he is really scared. Don't do this.
Petrified.
I was petrified.
God,
it's one of the fears I have in life is heights. Heights, not like I could be in a skyscraper. I could be in a plane because I don't visually see the drop. When I am over something like a bridge or something and I can see the drop, I'll never forget when I discovered my height issue was back in the day. You probably remember this being a New Yorker. Yeah. You used to be able to go into the Statue of Liberty, and it was an open staircase in the inside of her dress, all the way to the crown. Yep. And back in the day, it was a single file line that you would go up the stairs of the Statue of Liberty. I don't. It's all elevators now, and they don't do any of that. But when I was a kid, and I'll never forget, I went all the way up. I was like, you go up and up and up and up. I look at the crown, but then you're supposed to keep going because it's a complete continual loop of people going up the stairs, in the crown, down the stairs. So you look, you take a picture, and then you keep moving. And now you're going to go on the other side of her dress, the skirt or whatever, and go down. And I froze solid, because I was seeing where I was going down. And when I tell you those stairs were like this big, a single little railing on it, and we were stories up in the air, and it was just the emptiness of the Statue of Liberty. That's when I knew I had an issue with heights.
Totally. We did the steps of Notre Dame, which was amazing, right?
I couldn't do it.
I think things are very different there, but that was one of those things where Ed was getting a little freaked out, believe it or not, because it's super narrow. So he's claustrophobic. So it's super narrow. Sure. And I was just like, do you want to stop? But you can't, there's really nowhere to stop. Once you reach a certain point, you got to go. And then we were just saying to each other, thank God we did it, because it's such a memory, just like our Icelandic volcano to nowhere.
Yeah, I have no regrets, but I want to wring your neck for roping us into something we had no idea what we're doing, including you.
I had no idea.
The worst part was you were defending it. You're like, look at this brochure. What about this brochure tells you that what we just did? Because I go, well, it's fair. I understood how you got duped into it. Yeah. But then, we're not going to go into the story, but you did it twice on that trip. So. Yeah.
Twice. I'm consistent, if nothing else. If nothing else, that was the puffin trip. MC thought we were going on like a little booze cruise. We were going to drink champagne.
Whale watching. Has everyone been on a whale watching trip?
Right.
It's very nice. It's on one of those double deckers. You have a glass of wine, and a boat goes around, and you just go, cheers. Oh, look at the whale over there. Let me try to take a picture. You know those kind of whale watching. So Tara presents it as a whale watching trip with puffins. Great. Right. Want to see a puffin? It's cute. Want to see a whale? Fantastic. And then the gear goes on again. Can you please put on this full body flotation wetsuit in case you fall over? It prevents hypothermia and you don't drown. And I go, for whale watching? What? Are you strapping me to a whale? I'm confused here. And not only that, it was headgear, it was goggles, it was the boots.
We were on freestyle boats. Like they were speed boats, aerodynamic, where you sat on the chair like a horse. And like you kind of moved your body. Because
otherwise you get ejected off the boat.
They give us the gear, and Ed is outside, so he's not even inside. So I look at these guys, and I was like, MC's like, "Where's Ed?" I'm like, probably really mad at me.
Yeah.
Like, oh, really? I go, yeah. I'm gonna walk out there. He's pacing back and forth. He's got the whole breathing, and I just turn and I go, "Are you mad at me?" And he's like, I just think we need to talk about these things ahead of time.
That's what we go. All of us made a vote. We're like, Tara, that's it. You're not planning any more shit for us. Like, this is ridiculous.
And then what happens? The best thing ever happened.
It was amazing. But again, we weren't warned. Speedboat going, I think we were going 80 miles an hour. These goggles were this size. And I'm like, why do we need goggles? And they go, you'll see. And I started the goggles up here. Within 3 minutes, I'm like, I gotta get the goggles down my face because the water's going. And they're like, look at the whale. I'm like, I can't see in front of me. They're like, hold on to the person in back of you.
We saw so many. Well, you forgot the musky smell in the Statue of Liberty, right?
That's true. You're right. I was too scared of the heights. I didn't smell anything.
They called them stinky minkies. We saw so many that even the pilot, the captain, right? It's a captain of the boat.
Yeah.
Stopped and was taking with his telephoto lens.
And taking the telephoto off because he said he had never seen them that close. He usually uses the telephoto, but he took it off because they were that close.
It was life-changing. Like they said, that particular captain had been driving for 7 years, I think, at that point.
Yep.
And he said never before had they ever seen anything like they saw the day.
And, so and by the way, there's Tara, proud as punch of herself at this point. We're all miserable. We feared for our lives. We had to go through all this hell and like heartache. And then she goes, you see what I gave you? You're welcome. Aren't I the best? Like, we're like.
So we pull up to the dock. And again, MC's in front of me always. Mark and Ed are on the side. And we pull up to the dock. We're soaked. And he's still a little like, eh. And I lean up and I go, can't see that on the booze cruise. And he's like, ah.
So needless to say, no wine or booze served on that cruise because we had to hold on to the chair in front of us, not anything else in our hands.
Right.
Funny. Those are great memories.
Hey, it's a good time. It's a good time. Y'all. All right. So what are you doing today? What's up? What's on the agenda?
What's on the agenda? Well, I got the happy hour. We got to film. My husband and I have to film. We have to figure out the drink. So we're doing that.
By the way, someone said MC Teeny.
MC Teeny.
T-Eeny.
T-Eeny. If it's not today, I will do one soon, I promise.
Like when? People want to know.
People want to know. Inspiring minds want to know. No, Tara wants to know. People don't care about the drink. You care about the drink. You care about being named at the drink. That's what it is.
That is so not true.
No?
You didn't even give me credit for one of the cucumber vodkas
Oh my god. Okay, yeah. Let's make the statement, okay? I did a vodka drink with cucumber vodka last week, and it was for Effin, E-F-F-E-N. I forgot, I really did, because it was so long ago. My little twin there, Tara, was the one who actually introduced me to that vodka. She had it at her house. I'm like, what's this green cucumber vodka? And I tried it, fell in love. I always have it stocked in my house since then. And literally, that was at least 5 years ago. And I forgot. And you were like, hey, what about the shout out about the vodka? It's because of me. And I'm like, it took me a minute. I'm like, oh, that's right. Tara was the one who introduced me, Tara and Ed. And so, for the record, that drink was inspired by Tara because she introduced me to that cucumber vodka. Okay?
So they're asking if you've ever gone parasailing or zip lining.
Both. And I jumped out of a plane.
I didn't know. What?
Yeah, I jumped out of a plane. I was forced. And this was many years ago. I used to work for another company in 95, and it was a Las Vegas team building thing, and they made us all jump out of a plane. I'm not kidding. Tandem. I mean, not solo. I had somebody on me. I was feared for my life. But parasailing I've done several times on cruises in the Caribbean and stuff. That's super fun, actually. See, there's something about the parasailing that's not scary to me because all the water's there. And you don't go, you go a little high, but I like when they dip you in, your feet in the water, and then you go raise up again. I like that. I'm fine with that. Yeah. And zip lining, I'm not going to lie, that's a little scary, but I've done it. But yeah, it's a little scary. Yeah, it's a little scary. What have you done?
I have I don't think I've been zip lining. What is it where you jump off and your legs are tied with the rope and you
that's bungee jumping.
Bungee. Oh.
You did that? See, that I could never do. Never do that.
Okay.
Never do that.
How I'm still alive today.
Yes, I'd like to know.
It was on spring break in college.
Oh.
I think it was my junior year. We were in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
It was at the hotel. Shady hotel we were at because you're in college.
Yep.
I had $5. And they literally tell you to put your ankles together. And they took a towel and wrapped the towel behind my legs and then tucked it in between my ankles. And then took a rope and tied it. And they were like, just don't let your knees come apart. And turn around. So now I'm facing him.
And you going yes during this whole process?
And he's talking to me. And I'm like, so wait, so I just want to, and he puts his hand on my chest and pushed me backwards.
Oh, that's got to be illegal in at least 7 countries right now.
Well,
They could never do that now.
1994.
Yeah. Times were different back then.
Times were different.
I don't think bungee was even invented at that point. It was just rope and they threw you over and everyone was like, oh, this is fun. Let's see if you can spring.
That's pretty much how it happened.
Oh my God, I couldn't. That's the one thing I can't do.
I know.
I jumped out of a plane. I never need to do it again. Hot air balloon. You've done a hot air balloon, right?
I've never done a hot air balloon.
Oh, see, I did that on my 40th. That was my 40th birthday. That was one of the little things like, so hot air balloon, zip line.
Yep.
Parasail, and jump out of a plane. What else? And the bungee is something I haven't done. That's one you have. And none of those paragliding. I've never done anything like that. Like, the big.
No way. Like, I don't, nope. I feel, I go in the category of like, these are unnecessary risks that I
Correct.
just feel like I don't need to do.
Except you bungee jumped with a rope and a towel.
I was a kid.
Oh, okay.
And I was on spring break. I'm much wiser now.
Oh, are you? Okay, Miss Volcano entering. And
okay, whatever you say.
Okay, we just say, Tara, you're in charge of the outings. All right, here we go. Life threatening.
I'm now fired from the outings.
You are now fired from all trips.
So it's going to be very boring from now on.
You would have been on a trip next week and you would have had no planning done with it.
I know. It's all right. I've been demoted. I'm fine with that. No, I'm not. Total control.
I know you're not fine with it, but it's
love
fine.
to be in control of all of these things.
Really? That's so not like you.
Even when they work at MC's, like, it always works out for you. I'm like,
yeah, always. You are what I call a cat. A cat, when you throw a cat over a building, somehow the cat finds all the...
Well, hold on.
It's a figure of speech. No one's throwing a cat over.
A cat over a building.
Listen to me. Like, if you throw a cat figuratively, it always seems to find all the awnings and the soft spots, and it like lowers and then lands on all fours on the sidewalk and goes and walks away. When you throw me over the building, i.e. dog or whatever you want to call it, somehow I miss every awning and I just go straight down, break all my legs, and then I'm sitting in the bottom going, ow. Like,
why'd I do that?
You land on all fours and walk away. I'm crying in the corner. That's the difference.
So not true. But your crazy weird analogy is going to stick with me for the rest of the day.
You never, like, that's how I visualize it. Like a cat knows how to like maneuver. Like they go on, cabinets and armoires from like 8 feet in the air and somehow they land like, and they're fine. The dog tries that, it'll never make it down.
That's true.
I'm the dog. You're the cat.
Well, my friend, I love you.
Okay, love you too.
Madly. We could literally do this for hours. We've already been
we just have never done it on Facebook. I mean, on Instagram. 45
minutes. We'll figure out the Facebook the next time. Tara or Lucky, they are good at sports. Yeah, exactly. Yep. True story. So everyone said that we were fun. Everyone enjoyed it. Everyone unanimously said that you need to make a cocktail for me. I mean, I read that.
I don't think I need to look at that list of people, what they said. No.
And this was really fun. Thank you for taking some time out of your day to jump on.
Thanks for inviting me. I appreciate it. It was great.
Fun. All right, let's figure out the Facebook thing the next time. Everybody's loving your beard. Tara and MC Gone Wild. That actually could be a show. It could be a show. Maybe worth watching. It could be around a cheese board, charcuterie, some champagne. All right. Twinsies.
Twinsies.
All right. Love you, babe. I'll see you soon.
Bye, everybody.